So Dillian Whyte beat Christian Hammer at the end of round 3 as Christian Hammer ended up pulling out on the stool. Lots of confusion around that, though, because apparently there wasn't too much going on with Christian Hammer at the end. But yeah, big win for Dillian Whyte. Got a win early, and yeah, it's a statement. Obviously, we weren't able to watch the fight. They weren't showing it anywhere. I still did a watch along for it just to give updates on it from what I was seeing on Twitter. But yeah, we still haven't seen the fight. But from what I've heard, I'm just going to talk on and say what I think should be next for Dillian Whyte. So just to sum up how it all went, because obviously I did a stream, but that was pretty long. So I'll sum it up in this short video. So yeah, Dillian Whyte was obviously the main aggressor. Did a lot of head hunting in the fight. Seen a few pictures of him, throwing a good few body shots though. But yeah, apparently it was a good performance from Whyte, and he was doing good, quite aggressive. So yeah, I mean, that is what we want to see from Dillian Whyte. We want to see him being aggressive, and that's what we need to see out of him. We need to see the killer instinct back, because we weren't able to see that in his last fight against Franklin. So from what we're hearing, it's all positives to take out of it from Dillian Whyte. But apparently Dillian Whyte was looking fairly disappointed at the end, and I feel like that is probably because he wanted to get as many rounds in as possible. And I feel like Dillian Whyte probably very slowly wanted to break him down and then probably get him out of there fairly late. That's probably what I believe Dillian Whyte was trying to do in that fight, because, the guy was out for 16 months. You're going to want to try and get in a good few rounds. And unfortunately, Christian Hammer just ended up pulling out of the fight fairly early. I mean, let's be real. If that is the case, and there was literally nothing wrong with him at all, he was just there for a quick paycheck, get out of there, and get Dillian Whyte, which is a good name on the record, even though it's a defeat. But it's good to say, I fought Dillian Whyte and all. That's another big name that he's fought in his career. But I mean, fair play to him for being the warrior that he is. But apparently, he wasn't offering much back at all, unless he was injured before going into the fight, and then they eventually just decided to pull him out because he wasn't able to do anything. He might have had an injury before the fight. But yeah, apparently Dillian Whyte was just battering him around really. But I know he was taking his time. Apparently, he's fairly patient with his work though, but was quite aggressive, which yeah, that's good from Dillian Whyte. What's next for him though? I think that's something which we're all talking about right now, because I feel like there are many interesting names that could be next for Dillian Whyte and that we could see him fight. One that I was saying a lot on the stream that I did in the watch along for the fight, I was saying I would love to see Dillian Whyte fight Joe Joyce. Obviously, yeah, Joe Joyce got a win over Cash Ali last night. Looked fairly poor though, but yeah, look, it's still a fight I want to see. And I feel like at this stage of both of their careers, it's a fight that, needs to happen. It's a big money fight. Could we see it in Saudi? Possibly. But it's a fight that I would love to see at the O2, though. It 100% is. And then possibly the winner of that can go on and, fight in Saudi Arabia, have a big money fight there. That's possibly what we could do, because, I want to see more big heavyweight fights in England, because it doesn't look like we're going to see too many anymore. Now AJ and Fury are getting all the big money over in Saudi. And then, we've got Dubois, who's recently fought there, so he'll probably want another big paycheck. So we could see these two, because we haven't seen these two fight in Saudi just yet. So, we could see Whyte and Joyce go at it, and they have a final go for a big fight in England at the O2. That's what we could see. Could we see Dillian Whyte versus Dubois? If that was to happen, I'm guessing that might happen in Saudi. I mean, it could happen in England. It's a good, entertaining fight. Whyte and Daniel Dubois. I feel like that's an interesting one. I think Whyte beats Joyce, by the way. Do I think Whyte beats Dubois? I don't know. I'm going to have to watch the fight. Apparently, there's a video of it coming out in midday tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know who will win that fight just yet, to be fair. I mean, Whyte, no, not Whyte, sorry. Dubois, gave his all against Usyk, and, looked like his timing was there. Had a good fight with Miller, showed good heart in that one, which was good to see for Dubois. Could we see Whyte and Dubois? I think that's definitely an intriguing fight. Whyte and Ngannou, I feel like that's one that people could be talking about. I'm not sure if Ngannou will actually end up boxing again, though, but I feel like it's still Whyte versus Ngannou, still a fight that could intrigue people. Whyte versus Wilder, I feel like that's a good fight. entertaining one as well. Someone's getting knocked out in that. I think Wilder beats him though. I think Wilder beats Whyte. I think Whyte's got a perfect style for Wilder, but again, no big money fights out there. Big money fights out there. So interesting stuff for Dillian Whyte. He's a very interesting name around the division, though. But yeah, I feel like people are forgetting obviously what's been going on behind the scenes with all of his drug cheating and all that. But I mean, who knows what's going on with it? All of these situations, we're just not being given, as fans, we're not being given any information on this whatsoever. So that's a shame, let's be real, that we're not being given much information like on that Conor Benn situation, on this Dillian Whyte situation. But yeah, for Christian Hammer, retirement is next for you. Gets injured too much and just hasn't got it anymore. Apparently he was just covering up on the ropes too much and not really offering anything. So yeah, it was the perfect combat fight for Dillian Whyte, but he's definitely gutted not to get rounds, because when you've had 16 months out, you're going to want to get you're going to want to get rounds in, and that would have been good for Dillian Whyte. But it's a statement set, and I feel like after that early win, I feel like it might attract Turki Al-Sheikh to wanting to attract, that a weird word to use for that, but it might want Turki Al-Sheikh to sign him up and for him to fight in Saudi Arabia. So yeah, that's certainly going to be interesting to see. But again, as I said earlier on, I want to see Whyte fight one more time in England. Good televised event. Get him in against Joyce. Winner of that fights in Saudi in a big money fight. So yeah, interesting stuff. But I feel like Joyce is the next fight to make for Dillian Whyte. I do. And then possibly end of the year, if Wilder can get a win, we could see Wilder and Whyte go at it possibly, or Wilder Ruiz. There's so many interesting fights. Well, not Wilder Ruiz, Whyte Ruiz, or Whyte Bacoli. There's interesting fights out there to make. So yeah, for Dillian Whyte, interesting. And it's good to have him back. It is good to have him back because there's some entertaining fights out there to make for him. So yeah, exciting stuff. Anyway, gonna wrap it up here. Thanks for watching this video, King. I'll speak to you in a bit. Thanks for watching. Peace out.